Well, hello, dear friends. How's it going? It's Thursday afternoon and it is bitterly cold outside. And today I'm not obviously under a vehicle changing oil. Just got done checking incubators and we're getting ready for naps. And it's going to be a great day today. Last time I spoke in a video about the difference between process and product. And the difference between kids with an internal motivation and internal or self accountability and those that rely on external motivation to have to do things. And somebody asked, well, like, how do we, how do you get a kid to be internally motivated? And really what that does is when others around them change their verbiage and what they praise. So if we as parents or us as teachers or us as coaches, if we're praising the product, we're going to basically force that child to be dependent on external motivation to do well. However, if we praise the process, that is when I believe, and this is, you know, an opinion based on my personal experience, that's when whomever we're working with starts to become internally motivated. So if you're the CEO or a boss of a company and you're praising your employees on the process, not necessarily their performance or quantifying their performance, they're going to have to force that external accountability constantly on, how am I rated? Oh, how do I quantify? And of course, like in government school, it's constantly like we make all these benchmarks about how their performance on the product of a test rather than the process it takes to be diligent, disciplined, focused, this type of thing. We're forcing kids to be dependent on external stimuli for feedback. And I am a firm believer that when we set our own self, benchmarks, we will far surpass what others expect of us. Our own expectations for ourselves, for us as parents, our own expectations of how our kids are to act is far going to outweigh what in many cases it's government mandates that is forced to accommodate to the lowest common denominator in almost every sector: education, food, medicine, agriculture. It's protecting and it's lowering the bar. When we try to raise the bar for ourselves, nobody else is there to do that, and we have to praise the process. The more we perfect the process, and basically what this really boils down to is when we really value the process. I'm going to show you a poster. My students designed this. This is the poster that hung in our room, and this is what was about an A. An A spoke nothing about how you played. I wasn't worried about how you played. I was worried about you, the person, you, the student, you, the athlete, you, my child, whatever it was. That's what we were concerned about. And these were the qualities that my students came up with that they thought valued a champion. And every child got a poster of this, or my student, and this is what they said. A champion is selfless, avoids distraction, knows when to ask for help, concerned about small details, owns their mistakes, so they're self accountable, answers hard questions, thinks twice, speak once, aware of surroundings, works smarter, not harder, never gives up, shows up early, knows their content, sits confidently, they're internally motivated, encourages others, they have a positive attitude, they use time efficiently, they're productive during breaks, they stand out without trying, and they know their role and purpose. I'm going to use Patrick Mahomes as an example in the Super Bowl. When they were down, and they've been down several times this season, and you watched him on the several videos as he paced the sidelines talking to his players. When they were down and he would come off the field after throwing an interception, Andy Reid would just kind of trot over and hit him with the clipboard and be like, "Hey, you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I got my mind on, coach. I'm right there." And then as soon as the coach would walk away, he would start pacing the sidelines, talking to his players. Said nothing about points on the board, at the game, the tactile. All of his verbiage was focused on process. That's why he has a champion mindset. When we as musicians use this, I didn't have to grade on how they played, because you can't have these qualities and be a crappy musician. You can't have these qualities and be a crappy basketball player. See, when you're valuing what it is they're doing, you force yourself, like I said before, to be dependent on that external stimuli. But when you change your mindset about the process, you can take whatever you've become a champion at and take that mindset and transfer it into any different thing you want to. You can start learning any new subject and take these qualities that you've developed in yourself or in your students, and you can be a champion at anything. Anyway, this has been a really good reminder for me, myself, because this has been something I feel like I have not definitely had a champion mindset as of late, and have been more, hold on a second, what we call champion under construction. Focused on being dependent on external stimuli. Anyway, hope you found it interesting, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you thought it was completely foolish. Anyway, we just trying to find ways to help make our children wise and not foolish, and help them to make the right decisions when we're not there, and to be able to think and stand for themselves, to be self-accountable, and not have to depend on us to tell them right and wrong all the time. That's our goal as parents, right? Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. It's going to be a cold one out today, so buckle up and bundle up, and we will catch you tomorrow. See ya.